Sound this morning. How is everyone feeling? Welcome to Impact Athletics Association, and we're just getting what we call OMMM. It's our morning mindful meditation. Oh my goodness. Let me take some sound off of this. There we go. I see Major. I see our brother Nathaniel J. Burns. I see Dave. How is everybody doing today? Is our audio connected? Take a few moments and let's get that nice breathing. I just woke up. We've had some rest. We've got a chance to reset the body, reset our mind. Let's keep going. Audio is good. Thank you, brother. Dax, how are you? So I'm just going to work on a little box breathing, guys. We've had our water. We've gotten ourselves up. MOP, good morning. Thank you so much. Shade Tree Mechanic just received a gift membership from MOP. We appreciate you. The Nathaniel J. Burns, yes. So as always, I woke up and I took my RCG. I told myself that I'm ready, I'm capable, and I'm grateful. Absolutely. We is here also for the RCG. MOP, Marshall Plays also received a gift. Thank you so much for that. RCG and HWPO, indeed, guys. So that box breathing, I'm going to inhale in through the nose, nice and easy, nice and smooth for a 2, 3, 4 count. And then I'm going to hold that breath. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to exhale smoothly out the mouth. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to hold that. 2, 3, 4. Good morning, Screedily D. Greg, how are you doing? We missed you too. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. 12 pounds and diabetes free. Beautiful. Let's continue that breathing, guys. And let's get to the mindfulness of things. Let's take these deep breaths that are going to be refreshing, relaxing, releasing, retrieving. Let it be all of those things. And let's try to be mindful, get to the root of things. What's been in your mind lately? What's a solution that we can come up with? The first thing when you have that knot in the front of your mind, that big Gordian knot of life's equations, first thing we must do is accept it. Accept that there's something before us in the form of a challenge or a hurdle. Then we can begin its solution. But as long as we deny its existence, then we have no solutions towards that which does not exist. We won't know how to look at this knot and see where the loose part is. Same thing we do with the shoe when we've tied a knot too tight on a shoe. We have to look and see, where do we start to pull at it? Where can we loosen it? Where can we break it? We can do the same thing with that internal knot, the one in our mind, whether it's personal, with yourself, relationship, habits, whether it's professional, coworkers, or just where you're not happy in your station in life. So many ways. Dave says, I've quit cold turkey. It's been nearly a week. Still struggle with the addiction to the sugar, but I'm holding strong. That's exactly it. You've acknowledged it's an addiction. A lot of people would not call that an addiction because it's gotten this bad name that's only associated with what we consider drug use, but it's not. Sugar is just as addictive. So fantastic, Dave. I hope that you're feeling better, because there is, just like with anything, there's a detox period where you have to go through it. You have to go through it, and that wasn't just a physical one. We've been programmed to believe that these are fun things, these are good things. Dread says, I want to say thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. Thank you truly. We are grateful that you have it. You look great in green. Please take advantage. Use the emojis. Look at the videos for the members. Plenty of things. And we encourage you at 99 cents a month to re-up at the end of that, to continue that going. Again, guys, with the deep breaths, that nice box breathing, we want that clarity. And the clarity comes from the breath. And the breath is going to pull in the oxygen and have that good, deep, 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 deep down at the very end of our lungs, that oxygen exchange. And the oxygen goes into our blood, circulating through the body, through the brain, which allows for more clarity, better oxygenation, better clarity, all through a better breath. How do we quiet the noise? Dave, I'm in the 99-cent group, but I can feel it's worth much more than that. I appreciate that. Dave, you've been very generous to just give super chats as well. Thank you so much for that. And Dave gave us the great equation that 99 cents is about 3 cents a day for the month, which was an amazing breakdown. And it really made me see it differently as well. So thank you for that. How do we quiet the noise? The noise is internal. Sound is external. Noise is the distractions, again, through our own habits, through our own doings. But we often assign them to other people by making them the blame for our poor choices. The external is not where it starts, it's internal, it's with our choices. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for that. Let me make sure I get that. It is about your internal. How do we quiet the noise? What decisions can we make for ourselves to quiet that noise? I've been grateful to quiet noise by making better choices for myself, to say who I'm going to allow into my circle, or whose circle I place myself in. I've quieted the noise by deciding better choices for what I put into my body. Greg, no sugar sucks. I suddenly went, oh mad, no sugar. I drive tractor trailers so I can't exercise. I cut everything bad out. Oh man. It sounds like you made an enormous leap, and that's kind of the beautiful thing is you made that because there was something in you that knew it was time for that. So nothing changes until your mind does, and it sounds like your mind changed. I always want to give respect to the drivers, to the truck drivers out there, um, helping the infrastructure run and making our lives easier. And whenever you can stop, make sure you get in some squats, some jumping jacks, get that blood circulating so we are staving off that deep vein thrombosis, keeping that circulation going however you can. You may even be able, just while you are on the road, just to be able to reach down and kind of tap your legs to keep that circulation going. Wife and babies are home, yes, and that's tough too. Quieting the mind provides profound biological and psychological benefits, primarily by shutting down the body's physical stress response, lowering cortisol, and shifting the nervous system to repair. Thank you, Major. And it's not just here, it's not just in one moment where you're seated. It's very important to be able to utilize these tools out in the real world, out in the wild, as they say. So if you're having a stressful day at work, take the time to step away. Or when it's your break time, take the time to go get those nice deep breaths. Take the time, step aside, take those nice deep breaths the same way. And this is, I've spoken to this before. I had coworkers that used to always be able to go outside and smoke, even when it wasn't their break. And so I started going outside and I would do push ups or I would just stand and look at something off in the distance. And I said, if they can have a smoke break, then I can have a serenity break. I get to have something for my mind too, because the smoking certainly was about they couldn't smoke in the building, but what was it providing them? It was providing them something in the form of a break, something that they could get a small escape from. Dave, yes, thank you for that. For the drivers, we we are very lucky to have Major here. And if you guys didn't see, Nathaniel J. Burns is in attendance as well. And I will take a moment. We will also take a moment to give ourselves the ability to go into our cadaver. And like I've spoken to before, when I first started meditating, this was the pose that I would go into. I would have a very darkened room. I would put on some new age music and I would just lay here and just think. And then one day, it all just kind of clicked. Nice deep breaths. Let's inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. What is the noise? What is the noise that we need to quiet? Quieting the noise. And once we start to quiet the noise internally, we can realize that everything externally is just sound, maybe at different volumes, but it's just sound. The noise inside of us is the distractions, those setbacks in the form of bad habits, people that we allow ourselves to be involved with, maybe even a job or something, some station in life that does not bring what we need. Maybe it's not what we thought that it was, and it's okay. But quiet that noise. So here we are in the now. In this moment, in this thought, in this breath, relaxing, refreshing, relieving, retrieving, relaxing the mind, body, and soul with the breathing, refreshing ourselves, relieving, retrieving, repairing, untangle the knot. Nice, easy breathing. Feel this in your furthest points, your fingertips, tips of your toes, hands and feet. Feel that circulation from those deep breaths. Mental reparations. Pay yourself back for the things you put yourself through. Acknowledge those mistakes, those endeavors. Apologize to yourself and possibly others. And accept the apology that you've acknowledged needs to be given. And this is where we begin to do the work. Apologies should have actions, not just a word. I'm going to sit back up. Nisi, good morning. I can see you, Nisi. By slowing your internal tempo, grounding yourself in the present, and accepting passing thoughts like waves on water, you can dramatically reduce stress and regain your control over stress. Willow, how are you doing? Clearing the mind, indeed. David, it is beautiful to see you, my friend. Always great to have David here. Kaz, hopefully you have something more to contribute. There we go. Nate, good morning. It's great to see you as well, David. We're just taking a few moments, take some breathing, clearing the mind, reducing the noise. We may not get the noise all the way quiet. That's a work in progress. But reduce the noise. Reducing the noise, what does that look like? Making better choices for ourselves because we are the orchestrator of all that happens. Internally, we are the orchestrators. We can't control externally what happens, but we still have an internal choice about what we do about it, how we receive it, how we process that. We, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The stiff back, absolutely. Nate is absolutely right. When you go through a breakup of sorts, whether it's a intimate relationship, whether you're breaking up from a job, breaking up with bad habits like eating, drinking, spending, just our disposition in life. When you make a breakup, That is absolutely quieting the noise. It's silencing that noise. But once we see that it's noise inside of us, we understand that sound is what exists around us. But when we can quiet our minds, we can also quiet the sound around us as well, because we accept it. We accept that that dog is going to bark. We accept that there's a neighbor working on the yard. There's sound. We can accept that. There we go. Nisi, I hope that you are getting some clean air while you are breathing. Fred, how are you this morning? How are you? Nate, we love that about you, my friend. There's nothing wrong with it. That is absolute quieting the noise. Yes, a happy belated birthday to David. Those dogs are barking, saying, get up and get it. Indeed. When we hear sound, what are we doing about sound? We can always address it. Ah, Brother Nathaniel J. Burns found the emoji. Yes, indeed. That is our OMMM emoji. Absolutely. And speaking of, while we have Mr. Nathaniel J. Burns here, which we are grateful for, it's a nice deep OM. Nice deep OM. Nice deep in the nose. And then we'll take it back out and just kind of feel that rumble through the vocal cords. Feel that rumble. And sometimes when you can feel it throughout your body, you can feel that vibration throughout your body. And I will keep my mouth just open enough to where my molars are barely touching, and then they vibrate. I send that vibration through the rest of my body. So, home. Beautiful, guys. Take that deep breath and let that Om out. Fred, I hope you are going to be okay. Let's take another deep breath. Oh. I have dogs like hearing and senses from past trauma. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Some things we are going to really hear more clearly than other things when people are talking. It's a past experience with something. And it's set us on a path to where we are definitely more hypersensitive. Part of the slowing the mind down and being more mindful is to potentially understand that when we hear it, it's not always an attack on us. It's just what we are used to, or it's what we experienced in the past. Lisa, good morning. How are you today? It's a great way to acknowledge that sound, and we end we can put an end to so much infighting. I think people hear people say something and they immediately feel attacked, then they go on the attack rather than asking questions, rather than slowing their process down, controlling their emotional intelligence. Dave is ready for this day. I'm capable of more than I know. I'm grateful for all the world has to offer me. I like that. Ready, capable, and grateful. The RCG. Resonating sound during meditation stimulates the vagus nerve and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, guiding your body into a deep rest. Yes, 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 yes. And I will tell you that part of my sleep routine is to put on music that I find on YouTube or other places that it is designed for sleep to help relax the vagus nerve. Those deep breaths, relaxing, releasing, reviving, retrieving. Ah, the guided meditations before bed. Yes, indeed. Moondog, they call that traumatic intelligence. I can relate. Moondog, it is great to see you, my friend. How have you been? And we want to be mindful to remember our water is important too. Keep that flow state through the body. Keep the water going. Bad. How are you doing? Quieting the noise. That internal. We have choices and we can make changes. We are fortunate to have you. I'm glad to hear that. Canyon. Good morning, Canyon. Lisa, indeed, just quieting down. Almost want to fall asleep again. That is a good place. Bring that heart rate down. Bring those stressors down. Absolutely. Bad. I love to hear that. Sick dog, indeed. Moondog, working through it up and down, ebb and flow. Yes. I appreciate you, Moondog. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the good word. Yes, the woosah of it all. The good deep box breathing in the nose. Let's hold that. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold that. 2, 3, 4, and inhale. Let's hold that and exhale and hold that. Beautiful. And again, what are these solutions? The solution comes after the acceptance. Box breathing is highly beneficial. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol, blood pressure, and heart rate. Yes, slow it down, guys. Slow the game down. Great athletes will talk about moments where they have slowed the game down and it became easier for them. Arthur, how are you doing, my friend? Greetings. We can slow things down. Train yourself to respond rather than react. This is what we did in every Thai box workout after warming up. Fantastic, because it's a mindful state, Arthur. Absolutely. It's a mindful state. Learn to respond, not react. I'm doing fantastic, Arthur. Thank you for asking. Sick Dog, how are you? You guys think of a response versus a reaction. A reaction is like an asthma attack or somebody allergic to a bee sting. It is sudden and it can have dire implications. When we do that with our emotions, it's the same thing. A response is measured. A response may have more logic to it. A response is also pre-thought. Responses are now. As we untangle the knot, as we work on untangling the knots, we now prepare our minds to be able to respond and not react. It's not emotional. It's not defensive. Indeed, good morning to all in our community. Arthur, very beneficial indeed, my friend. We send the love as well. And you see people of all walks, fighters, non-fighters, have benefited from meditation, clearing the mind. But in some form or fashion, we're all fighting. It may not be physical sport combat, but we're fighting for our jobs, a place in our jobs, finding a job, fighting in this economy, fighting in many of these spheres where there's division amongst people. Take the deep breaths. Expand your chest, your diaphragm. Let it stretch out the tightness sometimes we get from the anxieties. Sick dog, indeed. Indeed, Major is correct. Join us every single day, 4:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We get that hour of continuous movement, and sometimes we have the quickie. Nothing wrong with the quickie, the vigorous movement for a short amount of time. There's release, and it feels good. This is the Impact Athletics Association, indeed. The breathing, yes, indeed. Nisi, are you able to see us? Indeed. Tell a friend, bring a friend. We can introduce your friends to our friends, and we can all be friends. Fantastic, Nisi. Thank you so much. Nisi is in attendance. One of my favorite creators. One of my favorite people. He has Major with the IT heading on over. And a lot of this is going to be in how we present as well. Our mind knows we're relaxed. Let our body relax as well. Let the body language speak relaxation as well. Antonio, let the body speak relaxation as well. How we stand, tone in our voice, the volume in our voice, the character in our face, those are all good things, but sometimes the relaxation. So we're speaking at a very monotone rate right now. That's to keep our levels even. When we're exercising and we need to have a spike in energy, then we will indeed bring our levels up. But for now, while we are eliminating the noise, quieting the noise, addressing the noise, or just accepting the noise, we're just in this nice state, a good flow state, starting with the breath, those smooth muscles expanding, allowing the oxygen we breathe to come in and exchange all the way down. This is why we want a deep breath, all the way down into the alveoli, where we get the oxygen exchange. And that flows through our bodies. And with that good oxygenation through our brains, through our cells, allows us to relax. I appreciate you, Antonio. We appreciate you. Stop by anytime, my friend. There is always room at the table in our community. In yoga, the flow state is a meditative condition where energized focus, breath, and movement seamlessly merge. Practicing this alignment silences your inner critic and dissolves self-consciousness. And in yoga, we also have a few practitioners, a few certified yogis within our community as well. So we appreciate them and their contributions. We have Nathaniel J. Burns, Yoga Joe. We have Peace, who is doing aerial yoga. So many amazing minds. Let's take a few last breaths. When we talk about mind, body, and soul, this is part of it. Self-inventory, self-accountability, self-repair, self-love. Bad says, I hit yoga after all my weightlifting sessions. Don't know how I was going so long without it. Isn't it amazing? We don't know what we know until we know it. And then you're like, how did I go this far without it? But look how much further it's about to take you. Antonio, I usually do weight training, but I'm interested in doing yoga at some point. Feel free to jump in and join us. And Antonio, I will show you the cadaver pose. It's how I started meditating and doing yoga. Yoga and meditation go hand in hand, but they can be very, very different. Yoga is going to release your body. Shout out to you for taking care of being there. Absolutely. Enjoy your day. Kiss that beautiful daughter of yours. Major says doing yoga after a weight session is highly effective for accelerating muscle recovery and reducing stiffness. Yes, guys, get the stretching. Brian, how are you, brother? Willow loves self-accountability, trying to train the mind. Yes, yes. And that can be a tough thing to come by, Willow, because what we are often blocked by, again, is internal. It's our ego. Our ego will inject denial, projection onto other areas that we ourselves can and should work on. So we have to think reflection before projection. Brian, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? How's the family? And how's your training been going? How's your body feeling with that? Willow Love is absolutely right. Train the mind. And this is it. When you can sit in the quiet, when you can sit with yourself and have real thoughts, you can't deny those quiet times. We can speak denial, but deep, 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 deep down, our subconscious knows. The true us knows, and that's okay. Tap in with that person. The most important relationship, the most honest relationship you should have is with yourself. Have that conversation. Have that conversation routinely, regularly. Know yourself, mind, body, and soul. Friends, there is a reason why those emojis exist in Impact Athletics Association. There is an absolute reason. They are reminders. Brian, I'm glad to hear the family as well, and that training is going well. I love it. Life is great. I am very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have the tasks, the assignment, the role as a family leader, as a voice of reason, as a trusted confidant. I've been very fortunate. Oh, thank you, Brian. Taking time for daily self reflection allows you to process emotions, uncover triggers, and steer your personal growth. Yeah. Nobody can do it for you. People can help you, but they can't do it for you. It's very similar to going to the doctor and saying, I don't feel well. They're going to ask you, what do you mean? That means you have to reflect on what is it that is not right with me. They're not going to be able to read your mind, and they may need to know how you got to feeling this way as well. What is your nature of illness? What was the mechanism of injury that got you to this traumatic state? It helps, but ultimately, it's going to be about you. And your help is going to come in different stages, different levels. Sometimes it's just talking with a friend or a coworker. But if you recognize for yourself or other people that they need more qualified help, then say so. Don't just let it go by. Don't just figure that they'll do it for themselves or that you can do it later. It's the same as a toothache. You would call the dentist as soon as possible. When you realize there's a break or you have a cavity in yourself, then you have to get that fixed. You have to address it. Bad, have the talk with yourself. It's not a bad thing. It is a good thing. Absolutely. Ask yourself the questions. Give yourself the answers. It is okay. We does a 3 p.m. prayer and meditation hour consistently. It's satisfying. I love that. Self-promotion is vital to your wellness because it affirms your self-worth, boundary setting, and personal agency. Yes. And for some, again, meditation, prayer. Some people are going to go for a run and get what's called the runner's high. So there are so many different ways of looking at something, and it all really stems back to the same thing, getting back to the you, discovering the you, having that relationship with you. Absolutely you. Because we often will listen to the woes, the problems, the challenges, and the setbacks of a friend or family member, and we give them every grace. We tell them it's going to be okay. We tell them how strong they are. We tell them if you need help, I'm here. But we often don't do that for ourselves. We need to tell ourselves that I'm here for you. I'm here for myself. That you are strong. That there you do deserve better. Remove the abuser in your life. Remove the abuser. The same way you would move on from a person who treated you poorly in a relationship or a job or even just in passing. We're often our worst abuser. Polish your belt, guys. You are a world champion. Each and every one of you is a world champion. There's nobody better in the world at being you than you. And tell yourself that. Let yourself know you are a champion. Now, you can champion for the people, champion for those around you. This is how we pass this on. Major, well played, Major. Very well played. As we take these deep breaths and as we acknowledge, your brain is a computer running a code that was installed. Have you made any edits? I call meditating a defrag. That is beautiful. Yes. Yes. And how do we get rid of that malware? How do we get rid of the things that have been placed into us that we didn't intend to have and we don't need? Your mind is absolutely powerful, all powerful. And you have license to allow that guides you in the directions you want to go to, that we need to go to. We can't control everything. We can't control everything. but we can control what we do about what happens in our lives. We can control that. We can control what we do about it. We can't control the external, but we have every ability to say what internally I choose to do about it. Thank you, Major. And therein lies, noise can come in many forms. Noise comes in many forms. Quiet the noise, turn down the noise, address the noise, and acknowledge the noise. There's stages. Stages. Cannon, it is a blessing to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. Yes, control the breath, enjoy the breath. I like that. Enjoy each breath. It's a gift. And it's a big bag. It's a big bag. Reach deeper into that bag, deeper into your breath. Antonio, don't miss out. Yoga is the practice of stilling the mind. Learn it and practice is yours regardless of your body position. Absolutely. Nathaniel J. Burns is right. And I've spoken to it before, guys. When I first started, I would lay flat. That way I didn't have to have my mind thinking about the position I was sitting in. Is my posture right? Am I doing it right? I just laid completely flat and it removed everything else that I had to think about. Absolutely. Lasting personal change is rarely an accident. It requires deep introspection and an honest look at your current habits and deliberate strategy to shift your mindset and behavior. Beautiful. It absolutely is, guys. Reflect before you project. Look in the mirror before you start looking out the window. And I'm getting a few drops. It is a beautiful day. It is an absolute beautiful day. Guys, we are going to get our workout in about an hour's time. I hope you can join us. I hope that you are able to join us in about an hour's time to get our workout in and move the body. We've been able to still the mind. Now we're going to move the body. How how ironic is that? That those two things coincide. Major, absolutely. We absolutely do. I might be biased, but I feel like we've got one of the best chats going, guys. I might be biased, but I am absolutely grateful for each one of you. We're going to get ourselves moving, but I thank you. Yes, we is one of them. Each one of you. I'm going to lay flat just for one last bit to Nathaniel J. Burns' point. Just a few more breaths. Remember, relaxing, releasing, reviving, retrieving. And as a few of these raindrops come down, I couldn't be more grateful. Wiggle those toes, Wiggle the fingers, feel it. Feel it in those distal areas, the furthest points from the center. Beautiful work. Name it and navigate it. Absolutely. So many amazing contributions this morning. Thank you all. And an hour goes so fast. It goes so amazingly quick, but it's well spent. And I hope you can join us in about an hour's time, guys. So namaste. And we'll see you all very soon. Much love.